Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back tonight, so let's continue. So, my guesstimate is there's probably 24 or 25 puzzles in the King's Pack that we will unlock, and obviously there's 15 more puzzles to do in the Queen's Pack. These are getting more complicated now that they've introduced the green pieces, and I imagine they could certainly confuse the issue a little bit more by introducing green tiles that the green knights need to be sitting on to solve the puzzles. You could theoretically continuously go down that path and have a whole series of different colored knights that need to be placed in specific spots. If you did go down that path, I think it would get kind of redundant pretty fast. But it's certainly something that could happen. Let's see. Now I've got all these pieces, but they're not quite in the right place. So everything seems to be a little bit backwards. How can we get them into the right spot? I think we're probably going to have to do some swaps in something like this, where it's more linear, then it's kind of just chasing the same pattern we had already done. Probably, maybe I'm gonna have to move a couple of these things out of the way. Like, everything is out of the... Everything's in the wrong place. There. Finally, got it. Got one thing in the right place. Can we build off that momentum though? Let's see. This probably, I mean, this piece can only really go here, and it could only go here, and then it could only go, let's see, here, and then it could only go to this point, and it could only go to that point. I feel like I'm gonna have the red pieces jumping around in circles forever. Let's see. Going to this point doesn't really do anything. I came from that point. I could do this, and I could do this, and I don't know what either one of those things really solves. I need a blue knight in this point to get to here. So that means this needs to go. And I need a red knight in this point. Let's see. Just need things to swap around. So let's try messing up this so everything is backwards. This is here. get this blue one out of range, which means that has to get out of range, which means that has to get out of range. So that to that to that to that. It's just everything seems backwards. I'm tempted now. We've hit that point where puzzles are difficult. I'm tempted just to start over again and let's evaluate what this looked like to begin with. All of the green ones were messing up all of these, and all of these are in the wrong place. So that and that. Let's try to be pretty symmetrical if we can. That and that. And then that and that. I'm guessing what happens here is you can't get it all done in one step. You have to favor one side. See, that goes the wrong direction. That can't go anywhere. That can go the wrong direction, certainly, but I don't think it helps anything. So if we do that, do that. And do that, and do that. Very least clear some places, and then doing that gets us to this point. Would there have been a way to solve the other direction? Now, if these pieces were on the other side, like this. Is there some way that this could get to the right place? Doesn't really seem like it. Put that there, and then that there, and that there, or there, or there. You're really just going in circles. I'm having a hard time seeing the crossover event where the pieces could possibly even be in the right place. I guess it's right there. If I could get this out of the way and maybe put a blue here and put a blue there, and then that would let me put a blue where I want it to be, and just go in circles like that. Now, can I do a similar move with the red pieces? Can't really move much of anything. So blue here. Still doesn't really allow anything to be moved. So I'll get that blue piece out of the way and put the red piece here. So I need a red piece in this corner. Like I need a blue piece in this corner. So how do we get that to land? We've got a green piece in the corner. Both of these end up in the same spot. Okay. Now what? Slowly we're making our way to the location. To the way it should be. These greens certainly are making it more complicated, making the puzzles take a lot longer. And I kind of am getting that feeling that, yeah, this is going to turn out a lot like my coverage of Peg, where at a certain level it just stopped feeling like it was worthwhile to try and criticize the game and show the game, because the puzzles just get too long and too complicated, and it really is just a matter of either trying to figure it out, which my brain at a certain level can't do. It just does not have the attention span or the focus or the recall of the chain of events to do that. So then it just boils down to a lot of clicking, a lot of random clicking. I can put that there. So that's almost, I think, where we need it to be. The thing I suppose now would be to get this one, this red piece here, and this blue piece here or here. How can we do that? How can we get one blue piece over on that side in any form or fashion, and one red piece over here? I can go ahead and do that, and then probably do that. Hey, that fixes that. So we are very close now, or at least it seems like we're very close. We're just now going forever in circles. So close. Just give it to me, game. I think what I probably needed to do is swap around some things so that they're wrong. Why would I need to do that? I'm not sure. We're very close. Very, very close. Put this here. Put this here. Put that there. almost got it. Of course, I have no place to move these out of the way. Like, if these two green were out of the way, this would move here, this would move there, that solution would be solved. So green, there, there. And what can we do now with the green? Guess we're gonna have to cycle. That's not gonna work. Oh, this is laughable. Laughable and too frustrating. That. Maybe. Desperately need to get rid of some of these green pieces. Such a pain. There's so much in the way. Alright, wait a minute. I think I may have gotten it. If that goes there, and then this goes here, I've got it down to one piece. Oh no, nope, nope. Well, I've got it down to the same color, and I probably have to again introduce a green piece that somehow I can get rid of and move out of the way. And I'm not 100% sure how or what would happen to do that. If I could get the blue piece here somehow. I don't know how I'd do that. I'm ever so close, and yet still probably incredibly far. I feel like I may have had the solution a second ago. It feels like you have to involve something else. This just sucks. That's the turn too for for a game like this, it really is just, that is the turn. Oh man, have I really been going 20 minutes? Two? Like, seriously? On this one puzzle? Let's just move forward and see how far we can get on this. But I think this is going to be the end of this series. And much like Peg, I probably won't ever be able to find enough time to do all the puzzles. They get a little too complicated. They ask a little too much. I feel like Peg in particular over-delivered with puzzles, and some of those puzzles were definitely too difficult in the later realms, much like what we're experiencing right now. And this really has just boiled down to clicking the mouse a ton. And over the course of the last year, I've actually burnt out my mouse and wore it out, and had to replace it. And I imagine games like Peg, or certainly some of the types of games that cause that to happen, not in an exacerbated amount or anything like that, but just a lot of clicking you can hear as I'm playing. I'm sure the mouse clicker clicking pretty obnoxiously. Let's see. Have to get rid of things that can only really be moved out of the way one way. Just way too much of this going on. Let's see. We're closer. Maybe I can get this next puzzle done. Let's see. I lucked into that more than actually strategized into that. And there certainly is something to be said about losing steam. As soon as I had to give up on one puzzle, I definitely feel like I've lost steam and lost interest in finishing this game as a series. Let's see. I need that piece to land in several different places, I think. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Too many things in the way. We're making progress. Just now get that one piece to dance around. Maybe do that, and then There's another level cleared. But we haven't even made enough progress, and time seems like it is slipping away quickly. We haven't even made enough progress to unlock the King's Quest, the King's set of puzzles. King's Quest being a point-and-click Sierra game that they did a slight reboot of, and it was alright, but it was more of a different experience when they tried to do the reboot. And the original series of King's Quest is just really, really old, so if you don't have any nostalgia for it, it's hard. It's a hard series to play, and very punishing. That is certainly an idea that has to be thought about a lot when trying to make a modern video game palatable to well, an old video game palatable to modern sensibilities. In fact, Nintendo recently modded The Legend of Zelda for NES to make it an easier game for people for kids in particular to play, which I found that kind of surprising because it really never occurred to me that, yeah, that game might be too hard or any more difficult than any other NES game, all of which are particularly hard. Okay, so if I can get a red piece here, that would be good, but how would I do that? Because the only way I could get it there is from this point, which means that doesn't help anything. I need to get a red piece here, and if I was to do that, I can only get it from this point. So I have to get the red piece here. Alright, so now I need to get a red piece here, which could be from that point, or from that point. So maybe there's supposed to be some kind of swap that happened here. I don't know what the swap is. What swap is supposed to happen now? Seems like all I'm doing is making it worse. Put that there. There's literally nothing else you could do. Moving the blue piece there doesn't, I think, solve anything. I can get that all the way over there. For whatever little that is. Why would I want to do that though? Seems like I am gonna have to involve the blue piece, or at least move it out of the way. Can move the blue piece here, and move that there, and move that there, and there. Got it. But apparently time is up. Really? Yeah. Like, that doesn't feel like that was 30 minutes. It really doesn't. to have done 3 pieces, 3 puzzles. Well, let me wrap up here, and I still want to give it a little bit of a challenge. I want to see if we can make it to the King's Point, the King's Pack of quests, of puzzles, but very much like Peg, where you just fall off this difficulty spike, this difficulty cliff, and things are just incredibly more difficult. We went from moderately easily solving all 9 of the pawn puzzles, all 12 of the bishop puzzles or the rook puzzles, all 16 of the bishop puzzles, and about 5 of the queen's puzzles very easily. And then the last 3 have just completely wrecked me. Could be that I'm getting a little mentally tired. Certainly a person's brain only has so much energy to do any kind of challenging tasks until you have to take breaks. And generally speaking, for video games, I find that a particularly frustrating or challenging video game challenge or task takes 3 years of a break, really, to get back to the point where you just don't remember it at all and it feels like a new thing. If you come back a week later, you definitely get a little bit of a benefit. Even an hour later, you get a little bit of a benefit, but it never gets back to 0 until, yeah, roughly 3 years. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.